What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to my part 2 of this high Capa build video. We're going to go ahead and pick up from where we left off on the last one, where we had this upper receiver built completely. Let's go over some of the parts that I got that are going to go in here, starting with the grip. It's a VGX1 grip in blue to match my color motif. We have the Skeletor aluminum high Capa frame by Unisoft. We've got an orange edge trigger. Blue LA Capa Custom hex trigger. We've got that same hammer power regulator from the last video. We've got some orange grip screws. We've got that Trident sear spring that's going to go into the grip. We've got an orange magwell from LA Capa Customs, as well as an orange beaver tail. For the rest of the parts that I took out of the Jag are sitting over here. These are going to go in along with this stuff, and hopefully we're going to get that lower built. Alright guys, to get started, we're going to take apart the new Skeletor frame and we're going to put in some hammer parts. So let's get to it. Alright, next up we're going to get the hammer itself situated so that we can get this lower frame assembled. The bar goes in here facing this way. Of course. Now, and next comes the plungers and spring for the safety. Next, I am going to apply my grip wrap. This is going to be a controversial step because not everybody in the community is really into the waifu stickers. I personally think that anime titties are hilarious on airsoft guns. While originally I was going to go with a full Dragon Ball Z Goku wrap, due to not being able to find enough options with the exact right color scheme, I decided I'd go with something that was more primarily blue, but was still kind of a meme. All right, next we're going to attach our edge trigger to our stock trigger bar. Well guys, my other GoPro took a shit on me, so I don't know exactly how much of this I got and how much of this footage is going to be usable. So we'll just review what I've done so far. I installed the hammer assembly into here, including the hammer itself and the beaver tail and the ambi safety selector. So the the lower frame is all ready to go, just needs the grip installed on it. I was able to put a grip wrap that I do not like at all on this grip. I'm going to be swapping this grip wrap out. And then I got my trigger on my stock trigger bar. I'm going to proceed to adjust and install this set screw that'll let me adjust the level of trigger pull that I have. Alright, now we are going to attach our grip to our lower. To do that, we need these two cool orange grip screws. Make sure I got the right size to screw them in. Nope. Alright, next we have probably the trickiest part, and that's getting this new sear spring in here and fitting it correctly the way it's supposed to go. Next, we have the hammer power regulator. This goes inside this little bit. 2 silvers, and 2 brass. So to do this, we're gonna load these guys in here first. He also says not to use this guy. He says this thing can cause problems, so only to use the upper plunger. Alright. The spring goes in here like this. And this guy goes in here like this. So now that is set with our power hammer regulator. Then we're going to need our magwell. I'm praying there won't be any fitment issues. Alright guys, one of the last things we got to do to finish up here is just get this screw back into the grip hole. Well, I've heard this screw is unnecessary anyway. Alright guys, here goes the moment of truth. Let's get this upper put on this lower. Alright, moment of truth. Cut the slide, pulled back as far as she goes. Slide lock goes in. There we go, baby. There's the completed Capa. Not lubed or anything. I gotta go and take a test, see how she works.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Alright, it looks like this guy was the culprit all along. Every single problem that I've had with this build has been because of this VGX1 grip. The entire reason that I got this grip was because I wanted to be able to put a really cool wrap on the outside, and you need a smooth surface. And they do make the more standard grips that have smooth surfaces by Capa and another company that makes them, but those standard size grips only come in black and tan, and these Abonai Supply VGX1 grips came in all sorts of colors, so I thought a grip that was blue with a wrap would have looked really cool. But these things apparently weren't made very well, and there was all kinds of fitment issues beyond just this hole not lining up when I put it in. These grip holes not wanting to line up properly without being forced in really hard. The grip wrap that I bought that wasn't a VGX1 specific grip wrap that did not fit on here properly. Also the slot right here where it goes, where the magwell sits on, it wasn't milled properly, so the hole punch thing wouldn't go all the way through the set pin. I mean, wouldn't go all the way through, and it wouldn't make a full, nice, tight seal with the magwell. All of that aside, it could have still worked if it wasn't for this specific issue right here. You see this little slot right here, the upside down T, where the cross point is? This little slot right here is where your sear spring sits. It sits right in here in this little slot, and that's how it gets placed in the right spot. Well, this slot isn't far enough up on the grip for the sear spring to rest on the sear where it needs to. So when I was cocking it back, the hammer wouldn't stay back because the sear spring wasn't sitting on top of the sear the way it needed to be. Even though it was all put together perfectly, it was all where it needed to be, everything was in place. Because of this line not being where it should have been, the sear was sitting too far down to get a full, complete sitment on top of the sear. So because of that, we had to remove this grip and take this out completely. So we're not going to go with this all blue VGX1 grip anymore. Instead, we're going with, all right guys, and this is the final finished product as of now, that is. We have the standard Tokyo Marui polymer grip on the bottom, and this thing, the standard one, fits perfectly. All the parts that went inside of it fit like they should. Everything's screwed together in the spots that it needed to with no issues. The sear fits in there perfectly to where we get the hammer cocks back and stays back, and that's what we like to see. I still need to grease it and lube it. You can hear the metal being a little bit grindy, but that is so tight and crisp, and oh my god, this thing also shoots amazingly. I took it out this past Thursday to Tacoma Airsoft, and I was super impressed with the accuracy, the crispiness of the shots, and the trigger pulls. So I'm gonna cut to some B-roll from that footage right now. Left side. Right there. So, as you can see, this thing is a beast. I've got a laser and flashlight that I have for the underbarrel, and then I have my brighter R tracer that I was playing with to allow me to illuminate the red BBs. However, I do have some planned purchases that are going to go a lot towards making this build even better. I'm going to be getting an orange Monk aluminum M adapter. I'm going to be getting a Capa Customs stippled grip. I'm going to get one of the blue ones so that it won't have this black. I do love this grip, and I love what we were able to do making it work with this grip. However, the black stands out too much to me. I would rather this be blue with some black stippling. So we're going to get one of the Capa Customs blue, I think probably the Sea Sponge stippled grip. And I think that's going to make this look a lot better overall. And in addition to that, we're going to be going with the blue Noveski flash hider. And then I think once we get all of those pieces bought and put together, this build is going to look significantly better. But as of right now, the performance is everything that I want it to be. It fielded amazingly. I did super great with it, and I can't wait to upgrade it again. But until then, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.